What's up, YouTube? It's Jasmine with it. So, as you may know, I was approved for SRS, which is basically sexual reassignment surgery. Yesterday, June 14th, 2018, was my first session of electrolysis. So before you can actually undergo SRS, you need to actually go through electrolysis to remove all the hair in your pubic area in order so that there's no hair growth in the vaginal area once you have your procedure and afterwards. So you need to go through 4 sessions of this. Yesterday was my first. That was me counting down. And yeah, I just want to go over that. Before we begin, I just want to say, please excuse my skin. I used to have a lot of facial hair and I used to wear makeup all the time. I actually went through a couple sessions of electrolysis and then afterwards I did laser. And so it's all now all gone. So after that though, I still wore makeup. And I recently discovered that like I don't need to wear it. So now my skin, I just have to figure out like what's right for my skin, because I actually realized I have like a really weird type of skin. So it's like, so please excuse it. I feel like I'm like Chewbacca's wife, so I'm sorry. So going into it, it was so scary because this is a whole new procedure for me. I've never done this before. I'm not the kind of girl. So before you can begin, you actually have to take some painkillers. So when I actually met with my doctor in January, my doctor actually said that there was a woman that's across from him that did electrolysis. So, and he told me that he can actually inject a saline into me so that there's no pain in the area when she does electrolysis. So for anyone that's ever done electrolysis, it is so effing painful. I went through 4 months of it to get rid of all this area, and it was like awful. I didn't have any numbing, I didn't have anything. I'm a bad bitch because I did it without anything, but don't recommend it. It's painful. So when he said he could numb me, I was like, fuck yeah, like let's do it, So, once he said that, I'll need to take some painkillers in order to relax my body so that before I begin with the saline in my system, that my body's relaxed. So, I had my friend Ryan picked me up, and thank you, Ryan. And so, picked me up, took me to the doctor's office. They don't let you drive because the painkillers, they make you drowsy and you can't move. So, you need someone to pick you up and drop you off. And so I took the pills 45 minutes before my session, and it was really funny because I was like loopy in the lobby, and like Ryan was just like trying to like get me to like, he was like, oh, I want to add that it is not recommended for all surgeons before SRS. I know Marcy Bowers, who's like a world-renowned surgeon for what she does. She doesn't recommend it, or I'm sorry, she doesn't require it, but she does recommend it, but it's not required. Dr. Alexander Sinclair, who's my doctor, he has an office in Beverly Hills and Whittier. He had told me that he does require it, which is fine because I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So go into the office, they gave me this gown. They're like, take off your clothes and then put this on. So I'm like, okay, like shit, like this is really fucking happening. Like I'm gonna do this. So I go in there, and then the electrolysis lady comes in along with the assistant, and then the doctor comes in, and I'm like, oh crap. So I'm sitting on the table. He says, put your legs in frog position, which is like exposing me, in this gown. And I'm like, oh shit. And I was really vulnerable. For me, like that area is not something that I'm really comfortable with. And so, I was really scared for a minute, but this is my plastic surgeon. He's literally going to get to know me on a level that I don't even know yet, And I was like, you know what? He's going to go in there and rework everything anyway. So F it. So it was really cool because when I went through the procedure, he was like, why don't you just start talking and we can get to know you, and, we can have a conversation. And it was really nice because honestly, he's injecting a needle into your genital area. It is not the most pleasant feeling, and so it's good to talk. I recommend, even if you're not a talkative person, still create conversation, because he was injecting this needle into me and it definitely wasn't so comfortable, but by me talking, it distracted me. And it was really nice. It was lit because, you know, I'm cracking jokes with the doctor and his assistant and the electrolysis. We're all like having a good time, you know, and it was really awesome because it made me feel comfortable with moving forward with my doctor, because he was charismatic, he was confident, he was funny, you know, and I really liked Dr. Sinclair. It made me get to connect with him. So then afterwards, you know, all of it was numb. I was like, okay, like I literally don't feel anything. And then the doctor, electrolysis, is like, okay, follow me in my office. So I go literally across the hall, and you know, she's like, sits me on a table, and she's like, we're gonna sit here for 4 hours and we're just gonna do this, you know? And for electrolysis, what it basically is it's a needle, and they stick it into your hair follicle, and it's connected to a machine that has an electric current. So it zaps the hair follicle, burning it, which prevents it from growing. You do need to go to a couple of sessions for this to happen, have it happen permanently, but still, it's permanent, you know? So, you know, it's so funny because, like I said, for anyone that's ever gone through electrolysis or laser without any numbing solution, you know. And for those of you that haven't gone through it, it's awful. So let me just tell you that I legitimately was so surprised when I didn't feel a freaking thing. Like, I'm literally sitting there texting. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Snapchat, I'm on Twitter. I am living my best life. And, you know, it was just so funny because I didn't feel a thing, you know? So that was definitely cool. I think that, you know, I think that it was really nice to be able to, you see that I was like, I don't want to play with my hair. It was really nice to be able to just know, like, okay, like there's not going to be no pain to this, you know. I definitely, you know, it is more expensive, but it's definitely like the best option. I think it's way less painful, and I think that, you know, I recommend it. It was lit because I was talking to her about my surgery and stuff. So this was my first session. I have 3 more to go. You need 4 in total. So we were scheduled that my next session is July, September, and October. And then after that, I go into the knife. And it was so great because I was talking to my electrolysis, and I was like, you know, I just want to have all this done so when I go to EDC 2019, I'll be there. I was like, I just want to have it ready. And it was so lit because she's like, oh no, you're going to be totally ready for EDC. She's like, you're going to be healed. You know, she's like, after 3 months, you can have sex, you know, so like you can totally be at EDC or whatever. And I was like, fuck yeah, lit, you know? So that was a really good experience. I will say that, you know, going into this, I want to really emphasize that don't think that surgery is going to make you whole. Don't think that surgery is going to make you the person that you feel you are inside. I mean, yes, it can do that, but don't think that it's gonna cause all, you know, cure all your problems and all of a sudden you wake up and you're this new person. No. I love me, and I don't need someone to come in here and tell me I'm a woman or not. You know, a surgery isn't going to define me. I define me, you know, and the reason why I'm going to the surgery is because I want to be comfortable in my own skin. I want to be able to have a normal sex life. I want to just, you know, be happy, you know, but I know that this surgery is not something that I need to complete me. I've already completed me. I'm just making improvements, you know? So I just want to add that because I feel like sometimes when people think about surgery, they really feel like they need it. You know, and I mean, of course you may feel that way, but look at yourself first. You know, if you're not fully happy with yourself, don't do something that could make things worse, you know? And also when it comes, and I want to have this conversation more as I make more videos, but I want to talk about having sex and what sex means, you know, and how I'm dealing with it, because I think that, you know, I'm going to be a virgin again. And even now, like, I am so weird during sex. Let me frickin' tell ya, I am not, you know, it's so funny because I have people being like, hey, like, Netflix and chill, and I'm like, legit Netflix and chill and popcorn and me without you, because that's my life. I don't want to have sex with you. that's literally how awkward I am. Like literally that whole statement, that last statement, how awkward it was, that's awkward me. Like I'm that awkward. I'm that girl. You know, I wish I could be one of these girls that are like, yeah, like I love men and I want to hook up and yeah, and I legit like, no, I'm so awkward. Like I just want to cuddle and talk shit to each other, you know? That's about the extent of what it gets. So now with this surgery, it's like, you know, I'm beginning to have conversation about sex and what does that look like for me, and, you know, where, how, you know, where am I going to go with that, you know? So, yeah, you know, I'm definitely excited for EDC. I'm definitely going to be ready for that. But, yeah, so if, you know, for all like 5 or 10 of you or how many of you are watching this, you know, please go ahead and ask me questions. I want to answer them. I want to be a resource and I want to be available for anyone who's going through this process. And I feel like I need this too. I need to be able to log this so I can watch this for myself in the future. So yeah, my name is Jasluvr. I look forward to talking to you more. So, ciao.